Hey everyone! If you're loving these stories and want the full, uncensored versions, plus exclusive, much hotter content, come check out my Patreon. For just $4 a month, you get access to over 600 stories, 3 new parts every day, and way spicier scenes. Every single story is 100% custom, often based on your ideas and suggestions. You can even submit prompts and vote on what comes next. This story, like others, was chosen through a Patreon poll. Also, just a quick heads up, there's always a chance this channel could get restricted or taken down in the future. If you don't want to lose touch or miss new stories, Patreon is the best place to stay connected with me. The link is in the description or pinned comment. Join us and dive in. Enjoy the story. In the hidden village of Konoha, the Uzumaki family lived a life that blended chaos with unbreakable bonds. Naruto Uzumaki, the energetic blonde ninja with boundless enthusiasm, and his twin sister Naruko, a fiery redhead with the same whisker marks and unyielding spirit, were inseparable yet constantly at odds. Their mother, Kushina Uzumaki, the vibrant former Jinchuriki with long crimson hair, watched over them with a mix of pride and exasperation. In this alternate world, Kushina had survived the Ninetales attack, raising her children alone after Minato's sacrifice. The twins, now in their late teens, trained rigorously to become strong shinobi, but their sibling rivalry often turned everyday moments into competitions. Who could eat more ramen, who could land the better prank, or who could outlast the other in sparring. Naruto grinned as he dodged Naruko's playful punch in their backyard training ground. Ha! Too slow, sis! Bet you can't catch me. Naruko's blue eyes sparkled with mischief, her ponytail swishing as she lunged again. Oh yeah? Watch this. Their laughter echoed through the air, but beneath the fun lay a deeper tension, a desire to prove dominance that had been simmering since childhood. Naruto and Naruko tumbled onto the soft grass of their backyard, breathless from their latest sparring match. The sun was setting, casting a warm orange glow over their flushed faces. Naruto pinned Naruko down, his hands on her shoulders, his whiskered cheeks close to hers. Gotcha! Admit it, I'm stronger, he teased, his voice husky from exertion. Naruko squirmed beneath him, her body pressing against his in ways that sent unexpected sparks through both of them. She was wearing her usual tight orange top and shorts, hugging her curves, while Naruto's mesh shirt clung to his toned chest, sweat glistening on his skin. Her heart raced, a mix of adrenaline and something hotter. Why does this feel so good? He's my brother, but damn, his body is so firm. She bit her lip, her cheeks turning a deep pink, eyes half-lidded with a foggy haze of arousal. And not fair, you cheated, she whispered, her voice breathy. Naruto's blue eyes darkened, his breath quickening as he felt her hips shift under him. She's so soft, and the way she's looking at me, is this wrong? No, it feels right. He leaned closer, their lips inches apart, his hands sliding down to her waist, fingers tracing the edge of her shorts. Naruko's mind swirled with confusion and desire. Her skin tingled where he touched, a warmth pooling between her legs. She arched slightly, pressing her chest against his, feeling his growing hardness against her thigh. Naruto, what are we doing? She murmured, her voice trembling with excitement. He smirked, emboldened, his free hand cupping her cheek, thumb brushing her lips. Just playing, right? But I want more. Slowly, he captured her lips in a tentative kiss, soft at first, then deepening as she responded, her tongue shyly meeting his. The kiss ignited a fire. Naruko's hands roamed up his back, nails lightly scratching through his shirt, eliciting a groan from him. He broke the kiss, trailing his mouth down her neck, nipping at her collarbone. She gasped, her body heating up, nipples hardening under her top. This is crazy, but I can't stop. He tastes like ramen and sweat, my favorite. Naruto's thoughts raced. Her skin is so smooth, and she's moaning for me. I need to feel her more. He slipped a hand under her top, fingers teasing the underside of her breast, thumbs circling her nipple until it peaked. Naruko's blush deepened, her eyes glazing over with lust. She bucked her hips, grinding against him, feeling his erection throb. And more, touch me there, she pleaded, her voice husky. Naruto complied, his hand moving lower and sliding into her shorts. Want the full uncensored 18+ scene? Only $4 on Patreon, 600+ scorching hot episodes. Kushina had been watching from afar, her maternal instincts drawing her to check on her noisy children. But what she saw stirred something forbidden within her. My kids, they're growing up too fast. But why does this excite me? She stepped back quietly, her cheeks flushed, deciding not to interrupt, yet. The rivalry between Naruto and Naruko had roots in their childhood. From the moment they could walk, they competed for everything. Kushina remembered the day it truly began, when they were 10, during a family training session. Naruto had accidentally knocked Naruko into the mud during a tag game, and instead of crying, she tackled him back, laughing maniacally. "I'll beat you next time," she declared. Kushina chuckled, pulling them apart. "You two are like two foxes in a den, always nipping at each other." But as they grew, the competitions intensified. By 13, sparring sessions ended with bruises and grudging respect. Naruto's boisterous nature clashed with Naruko's cunning, each vying for Kushina's praise. "Mom, who won?" they'd ask after every match. Kushina, with her fiery temper, would referee impartially, but she noticed the underlying tension. A spark of something more than sibling love. It was during a particularly grueling training week that things shifted. Naruto pinned Naruko in a hold that lasted too long, their bodies pressed close, breaths mingling. Kushina intervened, but not before seeing the flush on their faces. From then on, their rivalry took on a subtle edge, glances lingering, touches accidental yet charged. Kushina worried, but part of her, the wild Uzumaki blood, found it intriguing. She decided to channel it into structured challenges, hoping to keep it innocent. Little did she know, it would escalate beyond control. In their daily life, the Uzumaki household buzzed with energy. Mornings started with Kushina's booming voice. "Up and at 'em, you two! Breakfast is ready!" Naruto would race Naruko to the table, shoving each other playfully. "I call the biggest bowl!" he'd yell. Afternoons were for village errands, Naruko fetching groceries while Naruto trained with friends. Evenings brought family dinners, where stories of the day turned into debates. "My Rasengan is bigger than yours," Naruto boasted one night. Naruko rolled her eyes. "Size isn't everything, idiot." Kushina laughed, her red hair cascading as she served seconds. These moments strengthened their bond, masking the growing undercurrent of desire. The escalation to that heated moment in the backyard didn't happen overnight. It built gradually through months of intense training. After a mission gone wrong, when Naruko saved Naruto from a trap, he felt indebted and challenged. "Next time, I'll protect you," he vowed. Their spars became more physical, bodies colliding with increasing force. One evening, alone in the house while Kushina was out, a wrestling match on the living room floor turned playful to sensual. Hands wandered, breaths hitched. "You're getting stronger," Naruto admitted, his voice low. Naruko smirked, straddling him. "And you're getting harder to beat." The air thickened with unspoken tension. They pulled away that time, but the seed was planted. Subsequent days saw stolen glances, accidental brushes in the hallway. Kushina noticed the change. Her children were quieter, more intense around each other. She confronted them lightly. "What's with the staring contests?" They denied it, but the rivalry had evolved. It culminated in that sunset spar, where competition gave way to carnal curiosity. Kushina's near discovery only fueled the fire, making them more cautious yet bolder in secret. Later that night, after dinner, Naruto and Naruko found themselves alone in the shared bedroom, while Kushina cleaned up. The earlier incident hung in the air like a charged storm. Naruko sat on her bed, brushing her long red hair, her nightshirt riding up her thighs. She glanced at Naruto, who was pretending to read a scroll, his blonde spikes messy from the day. He looks so hot when he's trying to act normal. That kiss. I can't stop thinking about it. Her cheeks flushed again, a familiar warmth spreading through her body. Naruto caught her stare, his blue eyes meeting hers with a spark. She's blushing. Does she want more? My heart's pounding just looking at her. He set the scroll aside, standing up slowly, his pajamas loose but unable to hide his growing excitement. "Naruko, about earlier," he started, voice low and tentative. She stood too, stepping closer, her breath shallow. Yeah, we almost got caught. But her eyes said otherwise, hunger, not regret. They closed the distance, hands finding each other. Naruto pulled her into a fierce kiss, tongues dancing immediately, more urgent than before. Naruko moaned into his mouth, her hands tugging at his shirt, exposing his chiseled abs. His muscles, so strong. I want to feel them everywhere. She pushed him onto the bed, straddling him, grinding her hips against his hardness. Naruto groaned, his hands sliding up her thighs under her shirt, discovering she wore nothing underneath. No panties? Naughty sis, he teased, fingers tracing her slick folds. Naruko's face burned red, eyes misty with arousal, her mind foggy. It feels so good, he's touching me right there. She rocked on his arm, sobbing softly. Want the full uncensored 18+ scene? Only $4 on Patreon. Naruto lay beside Naruko, both panting, minds swirling with post-coital thoughts. That was incredible. But what if Mom finds out? It excites me more. Naruko curled against him, thinking, he's my rival, my brother, my lover now. I crave this dominance game. Kushina, in her room, touched herself lightly, thoughts invading. They're so young, so passionate. Part of me wants to join. No, that's wrong. Or is it? The family's dynamics had shifted irrevocably. The next day brought more subtle tensions. During breakfast, Naruto and Naruko exchanged knowing glances, their feet brushing under the table. Kushina sensed the change but said nothing, her own desires stirring. Training resumed, with Naruto challenging Naruko to a rematch. This time, no holding back, he said. She agreed, but their minds were elsewhere, on the night before and what might come next. As the sun rose higher, the rivalry promised to ignite further. In the village, they ran into friends, but the twins' focus was inward. Hinata waved shyly, noticing their closeness. You two seem closer today. Naruko blushed, while Naruto grinned. Back home, Kushina prepared dinner, pondering intervention. Little did she know, she would soon be drawn in as the referee in their escalating battle. The spark had been lit, and the fire of dominance and desire was spreading through the Uzumaki family. The Uzumaki household simmered with unspoken energy after that fateful night. Naruto and Naruko went about their routines, but every interaction carried a charge. Kushina, ever the observant mother, picked up on the subtle shifts, the lingering touches, the secretive smiles. You two are acting weird, she commented one morning over ramen. Naruto laughed it off. Just pumped for training, Dadabayo. Naruko nodded, her red hair tied back, eyes avoiding her mother's gaze. Their rivalry had always been playful, but now it laced with desire. It all started years ago, when the twins discovered their chakra affinities during early academy days. Naruto's wind style clashed with Naruko's water, creating spectacular but destructive spars. Kushina refereed their first real fight at age 12, after they nearly flooded the backyard. Enough! You're both strong, but learn to control it, she scolded, her red hair whipping in the wind. From there, competitions became a staple, races through the forest, jutsu duels, even cooking contests where Naruto's spicy ramen battled Naruko's sweet versions. Kushina encouraged it, seeing it as a way to hone their skills. But as puberty hit, the dynamics changed. A harmless arm wrestling match at 15 left them both flushed, hands clasped too long. You're tough, sis, Naruto admitted. Naruko smirked. And you're stubborn. Kushina noticed the spark then, but dismissed it as growing pains. Over time, these challenges built their bond, but also their tension, leading to the intimate breakthroughs. Now, with secrets shared, the games promised more stakes. Daily life in Konoha blended ninja duties with family time. Afternoons saw the twins on missions, scouting borders or helping villagers. Race you to the gate, Naruko challenged, her laughter ringing. Evenings were cozy. Kushina telling stories of her youth, the twins listening raptly. Your dad was the best, she'd say, eyes misty. Bedtime routines involved shared baths sometimes, where splashes turned competitive. My splash is bigger, Naruto claimed. Naruko retorted with a tidal wave. These moments kept them grounded amid the chaos. The path to their current entanglement was paved with escalating dares. After the backyard incident, they couldn't resist testing boundaries. A week later, during a solo training, Naruko taunted Naruto. "Bet you can't pin me in under a minute." He accepted, their bodies colliding in a frenzy. The hold lingered, breaths heavy. "You lose," she whispered, but neither moved. Kushina's return forced them apart, but the seed grew. Secret meetings followed, midnight snacks turning into makeout sessions. "This is our game now," Naruto said. Naruko agreed, thrill in her eyes. Tension peaked when Kushina announced a family tournament. "To settle your constant bickering, I'll referee a series of challenges." Unbeknownst to her, it would fuel their desires. The first challenge, an endurance test, ended with them exhausted, bodies close, minds wandering. That night, alone, they crossed lines again, drawing Kushina closer to discovery. The training ground was empty as Naruto and Naruko faced off for their private rematch. Kushina was inside, unaware. "Let's make it interesting," Naruko suggested, her blue eyes gleaming. "Loser submits to the winner." Naruto grinned, his blonde hair tousled. "Submit? That sounds hot. I want to see her beg." They circled each other, clad in training gear, tight shorts and tops accentuating their forms. The air was thick with anticipation, the sun beating down, making their skin glisten already. Naruko lunged first, tackling him to the ground in a wrestling hold. They rolled across the grass, limbs entangled, grunts mixing with laughter. Naruto's strength gave him the upper hand. He flipped her onto her back, pinning her arms above her head. "Got you now!" he panted, his face inches from hers, feeling her chest rise and fall against his. Naruko's cheeks flushed a deep crimson, her eyes hazy with a mix of defeat and arousal. "His body pressing me down, it's overwhelming. I should fight back, but this feels too good." She wriggled, her hips bucking up against his, accidentally, or not, brushing his growing erection. Naruto's breath hitched, his blue eyes darkening. "She's grinding, on purpose? Damn, her curves are perfect." The wrestle intensified, no longer just about winning. Clothes shifted in the struggle, her top riding up, exposing her toned midriff and the underside of her breasts, his shirt tearing slightly at the seams, revealing his sculpted abs. Naruto's hands gripped her thighs to steady her, thumbs accidentally brushing her inner skin, sending shivers through her. "Touching her like this, I can't hold back." Naruko smirked through her blush, wrapping her legs around his waist in a lock, pulling him flush against her. "Not giving up yet," she breathed, her voice husky, feeling his hardness press directly against her core. The friction made her mind fog, warmth pooling between her legs. They paused, breaths mingling, eyes locked in a heated stare. "This isn't just training anymore," Naruto murmured, his hands sliding up to cup her breast through the fabric. Naruko gasped, arching into his touch, nipples hardening instantly. His hand, so rough yet gentle. "I want more." She nodded, tugging at his shirt to pull it off completely, exposing his broad chest. Her fingers traced his muscles, nails lightly scratching, eliciting a groan from him. "Then let's play for real," she whispered. "Want the full uncensored 18+ scene? Only $4 on Patreon, 600+ scorching hot episodes." That evening, in their shared room, the dominance game evolved further. Naruko, still buzzing from the afternoon, challenged him again. "Think you can handle being dominated this time?" She pulled out soft training ropes from a drawer, her eyes sparkling with mischief. Naruto's pulse quickened, arousal stirring anew. Her taking control? Hell yeah, turnabout is hot. He nodded, stripping down to nothing, his body already responding. Naruko's cheeks flushed as she admired him, her nightshirt clinging to her curves. She pushed him onto the bed, tying his wrists loosely to the headboard with the ropes, enough to restrain but not hurt. Tying him up, the power rush is intoxicating. Her hands trembled slightly with excitement, face rosy, eyes dark with lust. Naruto tested the bonds, muscles flexing, a blush creeping up his neck from the vulnerability. Bound by her, it's humiliating, but my cock is throbbing. "What now, sis?" he teased, voice low. The prelude began with tease. Naruko straddled his thighs, her shirt riding up to reveal she was bare underneath. She trailed fingers down his chest, circling his nipples, pinching until he hissed in pleasure pain. His reactions, so satisfying. Lower, she wrapped her hand around his erection, stroking slowly, thumb rubbing the tip, spreading pre-cum. Naruto's head fell back, breaths ragged. Her touch is torture, slow and deliberate. I want to break free and flip her. Beg for more, she commanded, her own arousal dripping onto his skin. Want the full uncensored 18+ scene? Only $4 on Patreon. Naruto lay beside Naruko, both panting, minds swirling with post-coital thoughts. That was incredible. But what if Mom finds out? It excites me more. Naruko curled against him, thinking, he's my rival, my brother, my lover now. I crave this dominance game. Kushina, in her room, touched herself lightly, thoughts invading. They're so young, so passionate. Part of me wants to join. No, that's wrong. Or is it? The family's dynamics had shifted irrevocably. The next day brought more subtle tensions. During breakfast, Naruto and Naruko exchanged knowing glances, their feet brushing under the table. Kushina sensed the change but said nothing, her own desires stirring. Training resumed, with Naruto challenging Naruko to a rematch. This time, no holding back, he said. She agreed, but their minds were elsewhere. On the night before and what might come next. As the sun rose higher, the rivalry promised to ignite further. In the village, they ran into friends, but the twins' focus was inward. Hinata waved shyly, noticing their closeness. You two seem closer today. Naruko blushed, while Naruto grinned. Back home, Kushina prepared dinner, pondering intervention. Little did she know, she would soon be drawn in as the referee in their escalating battle. The spark had been lit, and the fire of dominance and desire was spreading through the Uzumaki family. Guys, please don't forget to hit that like button and drop a comment if you enjoyed it. It means the world to me and gives me a huge boost of motivation. Your support keeps me going. The morning sun filtered through the windows of the Uzumaki home, casting a golden hue over the breakfast table. Kushina slammed down a stack of pancakes with her usual vigor. Eat up, you two! Today's the day I referee your first official challenge. No more wild brawls destroying my garden. Naruto shoveled food into his mouth, grinning through a mouthful. Can't wait to pin Naruko fair and square. Naruko flicked a piece of fruit at him, her red ponytail bouncing. In your dreams, loser. Mom's rules will expose how sloppy you are. Kushina crossed her arms, her long crimson hair swaying, violet eyes sparkling with amusement. She had no idea how deep the rivalry ran, but she was about to find out. Their history of competitions was rich with memories that shaped their unbreakable yet tumultuous bond. It deepened after the twins' first major mission at 16, where they had to work together to fend off rogue ninjas. Naruto's impulsive charge nearly got them in trouble, but Naruko's quick thinking saved the day. Back home, it sparked a heated debate. I had it under control, Naruto argued. No, you didn't. Admit I'm the smarter one. Naruko shot back. Kushina stepped in, proposing a formal duel to settle it. That first refereed match, a chakra control exercise, ended in a tie, but it set a precedent. Over the years, challenges ranged from endurance runs through the forest. When Naruto's stamina clashed with Naruko's speed, to intellectual games like riddle solving, where Kushina's clever puzzles tested their wits. One standout event was at 17, a cooking battle judged by villagers, Naruto's fiery ramen versus Naruko's delicate sushi rolls. Kushina refereed, declaring both winners to avoid favoritism, but the twins' post-event rematch in private hinted at evolving tensions. These games fostered growth, teaching resilience and teamwork, yet as hormones surged, innocent rivalries gained a sensual undercurrent. Touches during spars lingered, victories celebrated with hugs that felt too warm. Kushina, reminiscing her own youthful passions, encouraged the competitions to channel their energy, unaware they were fueling forbidden fires. Now, with adulthood looming, the structured challenges promised to reveal more than just who was stronger. Village life provided a welcome distraction from the family's brewing intensity. Midday missions with Team 7 brought interactions with old friends, Sakura scolding Naruto for recklessness, Sasuke offering curt advice. You two are always competing. Hinata observed shyly during a group lunch, her lavender eyes noticing their synced movements. Naruko blushed slightly, while Naruto laughed it off. Afternoons often involved helping at the academy, where the twins demonstrated techniques to wide-eyed kids, turning lessons into mini-contests. "Watch me throw this kunai farther!" Evenings might include strolls to Konoha, bumping into Ino at the flower shop, who teased, "You Uzumaki-sa like a whirlwind, always stirring up trouble." Homeward bound, they'd recount the day to Kushina, who listened with a knowing smile, her maternal instincts picking up on the subtle flirtations between her children. These everyday moments grounded them in normalcy, yet amplified the secret thrill waiting at home. Kushina's gradual involvement stemmed from a cascade of telling incidents that blurred family lines. It started innocently enough. After the twins' secretive nights, she noticed their disheveled appearances at breakfast, eyes avoiding hers. "Rough sleep?" she'd ask, met with evasive grins. During a casual spar in the yard, she witnessed a pin that held too long, bodies pressed intimately, breaths synced in a way that stirred her memories of Minato. "Time!" she called, her voice sharper than intended, heart racing inexplicably. That evening, overhearing muffled laughter and thuds from their room, she peeked through a slightly ajar door, catching a glimpse of playful wrestling turning tender. Shock mixed with a forbidden curiosity. "They're exploring, like I did once. But as siblings?" She pulled away, cheeks flushed, but the image lingered. The next day, during a family discussion, Naruto boasted about beating Naruko in a private challenge. "Prove it under supervision," Kushina challenged, half-joking. The twins agreed eagerly, their eyes gleaming with hidden intent. As preparations for the official spar unfolded, Kushina found herself drawn in, adjusting rules, demonstrating holds, her hands brushing theirs in ways that sent unexpected sparks. A private talk with Naruko revealed vulnerability. "Mom, rivalry pushes us, but it's intense." Kushina hugged her, feeling a maternal pull twist into something deeper. By the challenge day, her role as referee felt charged, the escalation from observer to participant inevitable, fueled by Uzumaki passion. The official challenge kicked off in the backyard, Kushina standing between her children like a sentinel. "Taijutsu only, no chakra enhancements. First to yield or get pinned for 10 counts wins. Go!" Naruto and Naruko circled, grins fierce. Punches flew, dodges swift. Naruto's power met Naruko's agility. Kushina called out, "Clean hits only." But as the fight wore on, holds grew intimate. Naruto tackled Naruko to the grass, pinning her, his body flush against hers. "Yield?" he panted, whiskered face close, feeling her curves yield beneath him. Naruko's cheeks flushed deep red, blue eyes hazy with adrenaline and desire. "Mom's watching, but his weight, his scent, it's intoxicating." She bucked her hips, grinding subtly, eliciting a stifled groan from him. "She's teasing me now? In front of Mom? Hot as hell." Kushina's violet eyes widened slightly, a warmth stirring in her core. "They're too close, but why am I not stopping this? It's arousing." The spar devolved into wrestling, clothes shifting, Naruko's top loosening, exposing cleavage, Naruto's shirt riding up, abs glistening with sweat. Kushina leaned in closer, ostensibly to count a pin. 1, 2. But her gaze lingered on their entangled forms, breaths heavy. Naruko flipped Naruto, straddling him, hands on his chest. "My turn," she whispered, rocking her hips, feeling his hardness grow. Naruto's face reddened, eyes misty. Her on top, Mom nearby, voyeurism kicking in. Kushina froze, her body reacting, nipples hardening under her robe, a dampness between her thighs. I should intervene, but watching them like this, forbidden thrill. Want the full uncensored 18+ scene? Only $4 on Patreon, 600+ scorching hot episodes. Later that night, the air in the living room was thick with unresolved tension. Kushina had called them for a debrief, but the twins sensed more. Sitting on the couch, Naruto and Naruko flanked her, bodies still buzzing. "That spar got out of hand," Kushina said, her voice low, cheeks tinted. Naruko bit her lip. "Mom saw everything. Does she disapprove? Or want in?" Naruto shifted, his hand brushing Kushina's thigh accidentally. Touching her, forbidden, but her skin so soft. Kushina didn't pull away, instead placing her hand on his knee. You two have a unique bond. But as referee, maybe I need to participate more. Her violet eyes met theirs, hazy with emerging desire. Naruko leaned in, whispering, "Show us, Mom." Kushina's blush deepened, mind racing. This is taboo. But Uzumaki blood runs hot. She guided Naruko's hand to her breast, through the fabric, nipple hardening. Naruko gasped, squeezing gently. Mom's body, curvy, experienced. Exciting to tease. Naruto watched, aroused anew, his hands sliding up Kushina's other thigh. "Let us dominate you a bit," he teased, fingers tracing higher. Kushina moaned softly, legs parting slightly. Their touches, youthful energy. "I shouldn't, but I crave it." Naruko kissed her neck, nipping lightly, while Naruto's fingers reached her core, rubbing through panties. Wetness soaked through, Kushina's head fell back, eyes misty. "Teasing me together, family unity in sin. Want the full uncensored 18+ scene? Only $4 on Patreon." Naruto lay awake later, thoughts turbulent, involving Mom, it's intense. Dominating her with Naruko, new level of rivalry and bond. But is it too far? No, it feels destined. Naruko, curled up, reflected, teasing Mom was empowering. Her experience adds depth to our games. I want more, family dominance fully unleashed. Kushina, in her bed, touched the spots they had explored, mind swirling, what have I done? Yet, their passion reignites mine. As referee I'll guide this, but my desires pull me deeper. Uzumaki fire burns bright, perhaps this is our legacy. The thoughts intertwined guilt with excitement, foreshadowing greater entanglements. The family's rivalry had evolved into a shared desire, blurring lines forever. With the first challenge, won, in unexpected ways, the Uzumakis shared a quiet dinner the next day, glances loaded with new meaning. Kushina announced, "Next challenge in a few days, endurance with a twist." Naruto and Naruko nodded eagerly, while friends in the village remained oblivious. Hinata commented during a chance meeting, "You all seem glowing lately." The secret fueled their daily lives, promising more escalations. As night fell, whispers of future rematches echoed, the battle for dominance now a family affair.